and also to our children and grandparents. So it's a nuclear extended family village life setting, right into the city and right into your country, into all over the world with the advanced westernized and set up and everything. So we would like to welcome you once again and thank you for choosing to listen in. And we believe that you're listening in all the way from America. And also for this program, as I mentioned, USA, you get to hear the replay of it on the Bula Radio Duavata, San Francisco, which we would like to acknowledge and thank the owners and also the organizers of the radio station that we are able to sign up for contract with them, that they air this program on radio. And it's awesome because it's on digital and online, that you can watch and hear radio as well. So thank you, Una, and the team out there in San Francisco. So we would like to also acknowledge that partnership in trying to air as much to reach our viewer all over the world and also to share the experience. So, Bula, we can meet another karong to be korokor. And again, baka bula tikon we can the baka ito okay, we can the nambong given nakani ko, binaka baka liw, nanomani bita baka tikitikin doon nanomani ngono, mani baka karong mai, ike ingilandi, gosta view mamati kani walu and nambongi ni singa baka karong buka. Beke mami, ay beke mani eviti, evi mama ni vitu, and matakalele ni singa baka karong mai. Ko ay liw nangauna. Ni vakti mana nondo programo ir bakarong tu kan na kena bongi ni bakarong buka mana sana go butoti ko bat sarati ko nan raki tau bakali buti ko nauda ya malaka nan raki e batai bakan rati ke ditu ngana bata pinaka bakali ko
wa bula tu kan ibikan na turangan marama tarbono ko nelewa ena sana tinigawani nondo bandua da warong tu mai ena bi korkoro sinumle da bibi mato sauti da warong tu mai na tikino nando tuki na sana waturanga maduata eni tu atu kan ni mai na bibaluta ke mai langi siniwilikina na tikino o tawake ke na tikino undu we kemni na leoni koro ningai wondo faiba mai na mai rongo bibaluta kitiko ya na mado sauti ya na mado ngo tu sare ko sport in the Midlands in the lewo Englandi wa na kino ba lewo na turanga and nona we bukan ruta gitu ne mata kan iskeni ko ne baka tu no torandini mata tu nan raki labu tu mai da singa bukelulu kero ya tu mai singa lo tu lebu balatani I kendo and tombo katalin do na singa ni lawan ni biti kita na waili do na singa ya kero baka bulat tu kan na sana baka turanga ilau ko biti lewat lebu kita sendiri siro na mosi matala kino na kino mosa kan siro ko na lewi orang tu na so tune into my TV single sarwa malua and the Facebook ni my TV sa tortu na ono binango me kero pa kambulo tu kan and matakan ni ngarway bikemuni kito mo rumbuka family table talk lewo no te ki turbo tu ba ni pul po labo ng bulan ni makapara normal talaga na no gito pero sa kamulit siwina ko pero kung going na Air Force Base na Kenneth Chapel and siwina kaniko na Royal Chapel na base ko na Telford Telford and na bonole mo Midlands ritual north mado todo kung go kito na benigin na maliti ko buhay Northern Ireland sa Midlands sa ulo to guys lolo ni dito ko kinamatagan siya ko bigyan na korlelebu o klani so bigyan na paparo to lebu siya do dami to pamatawal and bigyan na paparo to kina na mo madongo sa ko siya ni taga na kakaro sa klani siya ni ko na lebu to ni dini episode to marama may bito mani and program ni kwa baru tel tunga kin video mani and na ni kwa
I think 45 minutes before we finish our program today before we end at 9 o'clock. So by 8:15, we will have to switch over to they're waiting here to join us, share experience, because we believe in every and always mom. When you walk into a house, mom, this mom. So it's always nice to hear our mothers share the experience, because it's a family that mom, it's felt a family that mom can manage to come and share the experience.
You also to say hello to
yes, our beautiful abode at home, watching this program, and to acknowledge our grandchildren all the way in Fiji. I know you are standing right there in front of the TV screen. So Nenan Pase Bolavinaka, and thank you for tuning in this morning. And also thank you to the boys. I know that you are going to be up and about to go and watch your friends playing rugby league today. And also all the best to thank you for playing today, and also to Kana, also the part of the under 17 team. So we say greetings from Telford. And we spoke about issues by women and what they go through. We hear a lot on cancer and how they survive. And speaking with life in many different ways. First was on the brain. She had her operation. It took her 9 months to learn how to speak again and how to talk and how to coordinate. Like she said, she's speaking different thing on her mind and different thing, coming out from her mouth. But being positive helped her to survive. And I received quite a fair bit of feedback from those last Saturday on how it is as a survivor. And one thing that I just want to, because we're recapping last Saturday, the people that are there, one are the victims, the people that are suffering from cancer. So most of the times we pray for them, or we are with them, and they suffer. They're the ones who suffer through, right? And most of the times we fail to acknowledge the people around them, who can be their husbands, or can be their children, or their family members, helping them to go through that moment of their lives. And today, I would like to be the voice for the women who have gone through all this and they have suffered. And I believe not only the women are suffering, there's quite a high, it's quite an increase on the prostate cancer for men as well. So it's sort of like the percentage is still high on the women, but it's both, affecting both. And for the support that they face from home, for you as a husband or as a wife, if your spouse, and also the children, to see or to be with the person you love, and to actually witness their pain all the time. I believe, that takes a lot. Like mentioned, we are always praying for those who are suffering from, but we fail to acknowledge the people around them. And we would like today just to thank you for that. Thank you for just being there for your family. And thank you for being there for your mom. I heard a case last week. There was a prayer request sent in, 10-year-old. And this young boy had leukemia. And he started having it when he was only 5 to 6, and now he's 10 years old, and he's all the way in India undergoing the chemo and the treatment. And not to think of a child that age. And I believe maybe in Fiji it's not as much, but there are also children that are dying because of cancer. And this goes to all the family members. And I know in Fiji we have We have the WOW, which the W work on strong, that actually look after the cancer for the children. Health, it's by this couple who had their daughter. I'm mentioning this because there's a bit of number of prayer requests coming in, and I'd like to thank you, family members of this, all the treatment they need to go through and meet. So it's my commitment, and my friends that give us feedback that they are weak. Sometimes if I'm calling them, they're not answering after a few days, and they call and so came back from my treatment. I'm just so weak, even answer the call or even take myself to the washroom. I get to hear all this sort of feedback, and today I would like to our family or family members of these strong women and all children that they have to go, because there are moments of their life that they really done it out and really need it. And when you you never know how much that is appreciated. Just to provide that voice of encouragement when they're going through that, or to direct them when they're in pain and couldn't think of anything else. Just those positive words coming up from you to encourage them, or just by smiling and looking at your mom, and just by them looking at you, it gives them another reason to push harder and to be stronger. To be alive for you. So thank you, because it's quite a lot. It takes a lot to do that. And I believe sometimes when you're in school, you're not concentrating because you're thinking of your parents at home either, or going through those kind of cases that you have to go through. And sometimes you may ask those questions, why me? Out of all the families, why it has to happen to my family? And those are the questions that I believe most of us answer. I mean, we question the reason or why it has to be you. But for those who have survived, speaking with Lisa last Saturday, I was asking her, do you ever have any relapse or any time that anything that has returned back to you to remind you, or like like an obstacle to move on? But it's amazing, and she said, she's never had anything, like she's never looked back as well. And I believe, like for those of you that are going through this, it really depends on how you look at it. If you believe in God, I'm a Christian, we are believers. When you believe in God and that faith and that hope, it's not in the medicine, it's not in the treatment, it's not in the doctors, but it's in this supernatural power that you believe that it can take you out of your misery, or help you through and heal you. Like we spoke at large, if you have tuned into the God of Foundation last Sunday as well, on how we shared a lot on faith. When you believe, like current state, you give up. You say to yourself, no, with all this pain and everything that I'm going through, you don't even have any hope that you're going to come through. But when you have faith, like we mentioned, because we are believers, so I am a believer, I believe in God, and I am a Christian. When you have faith and you believe that there is a supernatural power, it gives you that hope, and it pushes you to another level, knowing that your life is not entirely dependent on what you can see or how good the hospital that you're going to be in. And maybe treatment differs. For us in Fiji, it's quite a struggle. And if you're overseas, it's very good. Help is there, all medicine and everything that is required is there, very advanced. And even that, it's not a hope for you, because when that day happen, I believe the one who creates you, who is God, can help you through with that. So usually when we come in on a fresh Saturday, we recap, or we just go back and rewind on what was discussed last Saturday. And this is why I'm bringing it on the table again this morning, on just speaking about that, because it really was the focal point of last Saturday. So if you didn't get to listen or tune into the program last Saturday, and you're tuning in today, and that is the very reason why we do a recap. In case you missed, now you heard. Not the full extent of it, but at least, just a roundup, just for you to feel encouraged. So whatever that you're going through, if you happen to be going through that, or if your family is going through that, or one of your family members suffering from it, or you are providing help, or you are supporting somebody that is fighting cancer, we would like to say thank you, and don't ever lose hope. Be positive in your thinking all the time, and every time before you go to sleep, or every time when you wake up in the morning, thank God for another mileage, or for another day, and continue to be positive regardless of what you are feeling. Sometimes it's just not your day. You're just feeling so out. Sometimes it's just not your day. But don't allow that moment of your life to say that it's going to define you. No, you fight it. Because when you're a fighter from within you, you're fighting it yourself. We can be around you and be the voice, but you are the one who can fight it.
Yeah, when you believe that there is a supernatural being that is available out there, it boosts your dependency. Yeah. Because you know that somebody out there that can look after what you are going through right now.
And can heal you.
Yeah. And when you don't have somebody out there, or when you don't believe that there is a supernatural being that can look after whatever you're going through, then that's where you are depending only on yourself. And that's where pressure comes in, and worries comes in. That's why faith is edging over people going through those kind of mountains, because they know they are depending on somebody that is been proven beyond reasonable doubt that he can heal, miracle, overturn,
restore,
restore, and can bring back what you used to enjoy before.
Yeah.
And that's why the believers, that they believe in God, that he can do anything. And that's why they always have the edge of positive thinking. Because life is faced through with no challenge. And things that we face tomorrow, next week, next month, or even years to come, sometimes we don't plan. We are not prepared. But because we have God, we have something within us that we can overcome. We become an overcomer. And that's why
any disease.
It can be a disease or even an accident. Sometimes the worst scenario of life can happen to anybody. But because we have that positive mindset, knowing that we are depending on the supernatural being. And if we know, for those who know Jesus, they know that regardless.
Their hope is in that.
They can even die with joy, because they have hope. Regardless of what happened in this life, there's something special that is waiting on the next life. And that's why it's always an advantage when we believe in a supernatural being who's out there, the Creator himself.
Believe that. And just to round up, also mention, like what I said, when we, she didn't share it during the session that we have last Saturday, but when we went out for breakfast, and Lester mentioned that she had a few cases of women who were free of cancer. They survived. But what actually, took them to their death was the broken home, or the support that they never get, the loneliness, like it, actually ate into their life.
So they die of what they went through, not because...
And by hearing that, and I was telling, man, that's very sad. And I believe some families, are broken up because of that, because just to accept the change that has happened, because we resist the change. We're not willing to accept the fact that, my husband or my wife is suffering from cancer. Bimbi sarangay vale Devi Rawe. Eva kai singani vingo marawan ni sami baya na rere ni matapo vale. Ye vida na kisiwa senti kokoya ni elanga ermelanga kina balate kaboro na mbula iloma. You're already
sick physically,
and to lose somebody that you For God, yeah, you pray, you know, he said, but you cannot physically see. But for the very person who is closest to you, will be your spouse. And when they decide to walk away from you, it's like, half of your life is gone. That emptiness. And yeah, you feel so broken. And sometimes it take away the fighting spirit within you to fight anymore. And I know a few cases of cancer that usually call up for prayers. Sometimes they be really feeling like they know it's, the end is coming. And you reach that moment, like you don't know what to tell them. I mean, I am a believer. I believe in God. But you run out of words, and I don't like that feeling. And I have this particular friend of mine, and what I used to tell her, look, I need you to look at your children. Call them to the room. Just look at your children's faces, and you fight from within your heart to tell yourself, I cannot leave my children. I cannot leave my children with somebody else. You have to, find a reason. Find a reason to fight. Find a reason that you need to fight that feeling. Don't give in and don't succumb to your circumstances. You fight it. Yeah, and we can share about it. We can talk a lot about it. I can. But to really know what you're going through, it's very difficult. I pray for a lot of cancer patients, but to really understand what you people go through, I wouldn't be able to imagine that. I think the closest thing that I've ever had on cancer, which I've shared quite a lot of times, is my sister-in-law who passed on. And that's the only closest experience that I've ever had. And it wasn't a good one too, because when you see somebody you love going through that, yeah, you wouldn't even wish it on your worst enemies. But even when we were in that hospital in Brisbane for cancer patients, and when she goes to bed, and I will, when she sleeps, and I will be standing there, just staring at her and crying. I don't want to show her that I'm crying. So when she's awake, I put on a face like everything is okay, that I have to be the stronger person out of the two of us. But the only time that I can cry when she's sleeping, just to come and touch her hair. And yeah, I know how much you love your loved ones, and when they go through those moments. So it's, it can be so heartbreaking. And those are the things that we would like to pick on what we had discussed last Saturday. So we are looking forward. We are trying to have a program, maybe a 30 minutes program that we can slot in at any time, which we will come back to you to confirm whether that's going to be up and running, to use it mostly, for this kind of cancer, survivors, just to be the words of hope, or just to be the voice of encouragement to those, who wants to give up and going through some difficulties, and sometimes it can be so depressing. Well, that's it on the roundup for last Saturday. And just another reminder that I've always reminded the families, for couples, this not only applies for those who work, it applies to everybody who have a family and have children. Maybe you always raise your hand and ask, when she's sharing that, whether she expects us to get the money from. There's other ways of getting finances. You can be selling your parcel. You can be, doing other things, some things in your house that you hardly use, or you've gone past using them. You can do garage sale. There's always ways and means of, getting that done. So I would like to remind us again on your savings, your children, open their bank account. I don't know for whichever country you're in. I don't know for England, whether they able or easy to do that compared to Fiji. Like I've always said, for BSP, it's the fastest and the quickest that I've managed to push our people to go to, which is a $10 for account. And when they are still young, younger than 18, they have an e-zone card, which is managed by parents. And that's easily opened by $10 an account. So write it down in your list are the things that you need to achieve for the year. Now it's March, going on to the end of March, and we will be tomorrow is the 1st of April.
For them, it's
you people, it's 1st of April, so it's your Saturday, which
Friday.
means you've gone past 3 months, first quarter of the year gone. So you start asking yourself, the list that I've written from the beginning of the year, what have I done? The number of children that I have, you may not be able to have that money, $10 each, maybe 5 children, you may not have the $50. Write down in your list, at least in a week you have one, another fortnight or another week have one. So at least by 2 months or 3 months now, you should be able to open all the individual account. And not only just the account for Fiji, you have the National Provident Fund, and also for the units. We have the Fijian Holdings together with UTOF, Unit Trust of Fiji. They are 2 different companies or entities, and they have different conditions as well. If you go to Fijian Holdings, it's about $49.90, which is about $50 for new membership. You can sign up for your children or sign up. They don't need to be there. All you need to do is give the birth certificate and sign them up. Like all my grandchildren are under my listing. They have their own individual cards, but they are under my my folder or my my membership. So for UTOF, it's as low as $19.95, so it's $20. And those units, like your savings, is not to the dollar value, it's to the units. So whenever you check your balance, they will give you the number of units. And every time you purchase, or every time you can send your payments on M-Pesa or World Remit or from anywhere in the world once you've signed up. And as and when you ask, they will give you the units, or they send you a statement. And whenever you see your units, depending on the the performance of that entity that you sign up for, either Fijian Holdings or UTOF, then that's the value of your membership or your money that is stored with them. So, they can grow up, your children can grow up to go to tertiary, and even for high school, that they needed money or needed financial assistance, then you can apply back to either of these 2 entities using their name, or apply on your behalf because you are their parents and you're also a member, or you apply directly to their card. But the money will never come to you. It will go straight or directly to the school or to the university, and that's a big help. Who knows what's going to happen in the years to come. But as you prepare and as you save now, it's going to help them in years to come. And that's one thing that I've really encouraged our people out there in America, because most of you leave home for better living and better conditions for your children. You send them to school or have projects back at home. And you're sending money back at home because to support your children or your grandchildren, or maybe you need to send dala ko dele garbitik me na bullying gele man gonda bakata me lavo ela ko chika na matu bale ras suchu ken tadi mo beka se rachum beka ve ni nganemo non ramo non nanalilai se non rambu ni baka mai ne lavo rangara bitiko kina rabaka ni tiko kina be bukitiko da kai somitiko ia nanoma nambula senga ni nando tunga kenda sanangasi tiko na lag mendo nango na dava mai na dakadaka e na dava talenga nambula da senga ni kila non da visinga ni matak ni ngona ndo na kana da kini weekend e na mai mundu koso na vika kemni baka te tiko e dava ikya ina ngona iko da kabikina na non Fijian Holdings e na non FNPF ni retiko iviti kendo na kai mea da weekend ve kemuni na tume valangi kemuni vivu kiteni na non rapuli na lube muni beka se makumbo muni a se vungo muni ratueni viti kendo na kai maiado ne lava saranga ko rasatu na bono e marretukina e na bukira so na ngono mai takaliki ne se ndona langado se mesega kina na dakadaka e tiko na sona bonua a samarita mo mandati ko kina sona na beka e balitira e rawani buker na non rambula. Those are the things that I would love to. I like talking about these things
because we are not used to prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah,
we
look at today.
Our culture, our setup, the way we were brought up is live today and have it today all the time. And when we come into the life that we are in, that we need to prepare for tomorrow because we never know tomorrow. Sometimes we we think that life will remain as is.
Yeah.
But we never know that change will come. Sometimes that change is very drastic, and the children will suffer.
Yeah, and it's unplanned. You'll never know your tomorrow.
And for those of us that we are living overseas, and our children is back at home, what a struggle is that. Because the very reason why we go overseas is to better the standard of living. And if we are not careful, we will go and enjoy overseas, get new friends, and because of our Fijian setup. And we are forgetting that our children back at home, we are supposed to also be beneficial.
I guess the financial standing is still good because it's what that they promised to do. It's a saving.
It's a saving.
It's a saving and the projection for their future in a different way. Like we act as if it's not going to change. It's going to be good all the time with the finances coming all the way down to Fiji, which I see, like even to the stage that Fiji recorded remittance